I feel like at certain times in certain discussions I felt, is this an interrogation or is it a conversation? Because the conversation turns into an interrogation, and that's not what I'm here for. Right. It's not about confrontation.
Well, you're not here to confront other people, but you might be here to face up to something in yourself.
There's certain issues that are not major issues, but they obviously need dealing with, and sometimes
they're issues for you.
Well, yeah, they're issues that linger basically, and it's kind of I think every so often it forms a gate for me. You know, I'm talking about my mother. I never had a great, you know, my mother wasn't there for me. She wasn't I didn't feel loved when I was a child. So I think most of my life I was always trying to find someone to love me, basically. And then at a certain point in my life I decided, you know what, I don't want to find anybody to love me anymore, because the only person who's going to love me is me. Sorry, I talk a lot.
No, this is good, because you're being very honest about how you're finding the process, you know, is affecting you, and it's obviously affecting you very deeply. And the process involving the other people is affecting you deeply. How does this relate to the process of the monastic life that's going on around this? Do you see a connection between these two at all?
I think the only connection would be that obviously there's 5 of us there, and the idea is for us to communicate and to get on with each other. Right. Obviously, you know, I was very aware before I got in here there was going to be one person I didn't like, and there was going to be one person I did like.
But who's the person who's going to teach you most?
Well, I think probably that person.
Which one?
I think probably the person that I don't like.
Yeah, isn't that,
because then it's for me to deal with them.
Now, that may be a surprise to you, but it's absolutely central to what happens in monasteries.
Have you always been Anthony, though?
At school, people used to call me Jason. Right. When I left school, I used to hate the name so much that I decided to use my middle name.
Right. Any individual setting out on a spiritual path needs to grow in self-knowledge. And the most real way we grow in self-knowledge is through seeing ourselves through the eyes of other people. Now, this means that any individual who is serious about being spiritual has to live in some kind of community. St. Benedict's adamant about that.
How many people have you fell out with since here, since you've been here?
Who is that?
You fell out with Tony, now you fell out with me.
That's 2.
Are you going to be able to find any love in your heart for them?
Thou purify me, then I shall be clean. Thou wash me, I shall be whiter than snow.
I just hope that we can sort it out. I really do hope we can sort it out for both our benefits and for the community's benefit.